N3RSC NK7A.
K7A, I believe I heard. I'm not sure. You have to excuse me. I'm driving here. N3RSC mobile. Go ahead.
3RSC NK7A. Good morning. Name is Mark, and I'm in Southern California.
Morning, Mark. Obviously, you're up early. Southern California, yes. Because here it's what? Almost 8:30. So you're what? 3 hours behind us. So you're an early riser.
Usually I'm not, but today I am. I've got an appointment later on in the morning. However, I'm up at this hour to check a firmware update that happened overnight on my OpenSpot 3.
Tell me, OpenSpot 3, how are you liking it so far? Any problems? Anything that comes to mind that you would caution against?
Well, I turned it on right now, and it seems to work. I've got the latest firmware version on it. Like I said, that updated last night, apparently sometime in the wee hours of the morning. I'm on version 8 in the firmware update, and this is my first, you are my first QSO contact here on B-Star on 30 Charlie. The prior versions, I had version 6 prior to this, and there were some problems with fallout and connectivity between D-Star and C4FM and between C4FM and D-Star. So I'm going to check that out a little later today to see if that's straightened out for the newer firmware versions. Other than that, this hotspot is a dream. I really like the cross-mode capabilities. It also enables you to connect with Kenwood's NXDN technology, which is a narrowband portion. It's basically a narrow version of DMR, so to speak, roughly stated. And I'm looking forward to heading that direction now to see how it works.
Okay, I just left a little gap there just in case someone else would like to come in and with a comment or something. I was really curious about that. I saw when they were doing a pre-sale on those a couple of months ago, and I thought to myself, I think I'm just going to hang back and wait and see. Play radio for each mode that you want to operate on. I was surprised that someone didn't come out with something like that sooner. But I'm glad to hear that it's working okay for you. And I'm assuming that we can just expect firmware changes over the first year or so until they get all the wrinkles and the bugs out of it, and then it should be a smooth operation. I'm utilizing a Zoom spot here with a 5-star hat in a mobile with a little backup battery that I have connected to it, and using my phone for internet connection. By the way, the name is Tony, if I didn't tell you, Tango Oscar November, and it is my pleasure to speak with you this morning.
Well, it's my pleasure, Tony. I notice here you're listed as Anthony J. on the info screen that's come up. And my name is Mark, and I'm in Southern California, more specifically in the town of Montebello, which is 9 miles east by southeast of downtown Los Angeles.
Good, very good. I'm in Florida, Central Florida, and right now I'm staying in, Sebastian, Florida. But right now I'm on my way to Orlando International Airport to pick up a friend of mine who is coming to visit me for a week or so to kind of warm up from up north. I vowed this year, my home QTH, by the way, is Lewis, Delaware. That is the first town in the first state. And I vowed this year that no snow shoveling for me. Now the temperature is 70 degrees, and it's supposed to reach the mid-80s today. Did I lose you, my friends? And 3RSC Mobile.
That's like your 30 module C. M3RSE and K7A.
Hey, NK7A and 3RSC, I got you back again.
Okay. Did you get the prior transmission?
No, sir, I don't believe I did. There was a hiatus there of just nothing, so I don't know if it was my fault. It could have been my fault. Like I said, I'm operating on the cell system here, and I don't know how good it is in this area.
Okay. Yeah, as I was answering your question on that, yes, I copied that you were from Delaware originally and are now in Florida. And I'm no stranger to the Mid-Atlantic, I guess. My hometown is a little place on the Jersey Shore called Brielle.
I know exactly where that's at. Yep, nice little town. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, and then after the military, moved to Bucks County, and I lived up there for some 25 years, and then back down into the city for a couple, and then to Delaware. I moved to Delaware. I guess it was about 1998, I think, is when I moved to Delaware.
3 KU.
Yeah, the KUAP station, you are acknowledged. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is the E3JUE, and then here's Joe, Juliet Oscaracle. I just wanted to ask the other station there, NK7A, a quick question on his open spot there.
Okay with me, sir, no problem. I'm kind of multitasking.
NK7A, the E3JUE. J7AB3JUE. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you guys. I just wanted to ask on that new update. Have you set up or tried the text in cross mode yet or no? Like I know because I've read the change log already, I know they added in, like if you were on a DMR radio, you could put in the TX message to come across on D-Star like that. Have you tried that yet or no?
The answer is negative. I have not tried that yet. As I said, I woke up. It's about 5:30 in the morning, 5:34 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, and I woke up simply to check and see if this firmware updated overnight, and yes, it did. And I'm on version 8 now of the firmware. So this has been my first attempt with the new firmware, and that is simply to stay on D-Star and just and connect on the 30 Charlie here. And later on in today, I was planning to see if this firmware helps with a problem that I have out here, and that's using D-Star to cross over to C4FM, and then using C4FM to connect over to D-Star, hopefully painlessly, and to see how that works. As far as messaging in DMR, I have not, to answer your question, I have not checked that yet. I'm looking forward to doing that. I guess in North America, as far as text messaging and paging goes, in North America, I don't see where there's a whole lot of activity and stuff like DAPNet and POXAG, which I know they seem to tout on this as well. So I don't know where to start on even testing that. But to answer your question, no, I have not yet done the text testing on that for DMR.
I've done it W4DWC. It works just fine. It's not really a text message. It's just that it's that message that scrolls on your D-Star screen when that you can set to be whatever you want it to be. W4DWC. I've done it, Joe, W4DWC. It works fine. had it the first day it showed up a couple firmwares ago, and I set one specifically for a vocal critic, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay, very good. I'll let these guys get back to it because they were in a QS school there. So B3JUE, I'm back at this side here.
For DWC, sorry for the interruption.
And you don't have to apologize to me. I mean, there's plenty of room for all of us. No problem at all. And free RSC mobile.
Affirmative. Hi there. This is NK78, Southern California, on 30 Charlie. Well, welcoming any questions or inquiries, I guess, that I can give you any information on where I'm at so far with testing the OpenSpot 3.
X78, K9 JPT. So as I understand, you have the OpenSpot 3, and what I'd like to understand, does it require a user to always be logged on via their laptop or a tablet or a computer so that the channel modes? Over.
What I have found is that you can operate with, like, I'm using a Android phone to get onto Shark RF Link and then to connect, and I connect, of course, by entering in the serial number on the OpenSpot 3, which is also saved as a shortcut. And I have found that if I do not have this on, I can with D74. But to answer your question, if you are going to plan to change a cockpit or change a reflector, I have, in my use and application, I'd have to get back on here to change a reflector. So, for example, I'm on 30 Charlie with you right now, right? So let's say now I have the Android phone off, and I'm still talking to you on 30 Charlie. Now, if I go, oh, well, I want to now change to 1 Charlie, well, I have to go back into the phone, get back onto the link in order to change to 1.
I'm not an OpenSpot user at the moment, but I'm hearing all of us looking back and forth about how happy they are with their OpenSpot 3s. So that's why I'm asking the question. But I'm lost now why we're talking about an Android phone. Over. Could you clarify, please? Thanks.
W4DWC.
W4DWC, go ahead.
Yes, you can change modes either via sending a special call sign in D-Star or via a touchtone sequence without using any web interface at all. And Mark, you can change reflectors if you wanted to the old D-Star way. If you say if you change UR to ref 001 Charlie L for link, it will change it to what you want to do, and then you change it back to CQ. And that's worked forever on D-Star. So you can do everything without the web interface, but the web interface is really handy, and the web interface, John, works on obviously from a computer, but it also works from it reformats itself quite nicely for a cell phone, so that you can have that control, and so you can do it either way, if that answers your question.
W4DWC K9 JPT. So as long as you have OpenSpot 3 recognized by your local network, you can use a smartphone, you can use a tablet, you can use a desktop to Shark or the Shark RF website, and then through that link, set the mode you want to go into, and then communicate over your HT that you're using, for example, Kenwood D74A. Am I understanding that correctly now?
Almost. You're not going to a Shark RF website. The OpenSpot 3, actually all the OpenSpots, have their own little tiny web server inside, and so you're linking directly to the device, and the device is generating web pages.
The gentleman was talking, if I understood earlier, about Shark RF, that there's a link that you go to, so that's why I was mentioning. What did I misunderstand from that?
Well, that's a little trick. SharkRF.link will get you to the address on your local LAN of the device. Otherwise, you may have trouble finding the device. But once you have the IP address of the device, you go directly to it. But that's a trick to get it. So you don't have to use SharkRF.link. Typically, something like OpenSpot3.local works, but once it finds the IP address, it just uses that.
Makes sense now. So as long as your OpenSpot 3 is recognized by your local network, then you can hit it with your phone, with your tablet, laptop, desktop, and then from there you can set what mode you want to go into. If it's System Fusion, if it's DMR, if it's D-Star, and then off you go. Is that now correct?
That's correct. It's really very simple.
Yeah, it sounds now simple. So okay, that makes sense. I might have understood. I thought I heard Don Arnold say in a conversation that you can use DPMF tones to change reflectors and talk groups and such. Is that something I misunderstood or understood correctly?
We use DPMF tones to change the modes, so you can go from D-Star to D-Star to D-Star to DMR or D-Star to C4FM. There's profiles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that you can change to, so you can have a canned thing of what you want to do. So I can go to America Link easily. To change a reflector against the old D-Star way, I don't know of a DTMF way to do that. You just have a UR set that says Ref001CL for link, and it changes the reflector just like you always could on D-Star.
Yeah, well, that's how I have it, but that's what I'm doing now as far as setting that up in my memory channels, and then I can just, go to the one I want to link to and do a chunk once, and then then I'm linked in, and then that just change back to CQ, and I can start talking. So that's how I do it with D-Star. I just wasn't sure how you could. It was confusing.
There's a way you would set something different, and I haven't tried that because, from my perspective, it's easier to do it from the OpenSpot web interface because you can do it from there too.
Yeah, I mean, using a web interface, that makes it much more easier, but you do then have to carry two devices with you. One would be your handheld, and then the other one would be a mobile device like an Android.
Correct. In my case, I'm playing with it at home, so there's always some sort of device to do it. So to me, it's easier than changing it from the radio, but you can clearly change it from the radio.
I'm unlinked. Not currently linked.